Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Ezra Bridger, Force Sensitive Human, codenamed Spectra 6. He led a life of crime until he was taken in by Kanan Jarrus. And then he became a part of the Ghost Crew's rebellion against the Empire. Here, we're going to open this up and take a closer look at it. This is one of the new boxes, so it has that side art and it has that back art. I'm not going to go too much into that. This box is pretty banged up, people, but it's okay because I am an open box collector and we're just going to rip this thing right out of the package a little bit more carefully, but let's do it. Okay, we got Ezra out of the package, and first of all, let's take a closer look at this helmet. It looks really cool. It's got this really clean, crisp, white look to it and that red paint on it. It's got this glossy finish on the eyes. And it looks really fantastic. I mean, this is kind of like the First Order Stormtrooper a little bit. How they're a little bit shinier than the other Stormtroopers were. And I really like that nice glossy texture and reflectiveness on that helmet. So he's got his fancy lightsaber with the EZRA handle on there. And I think that looks really cool. And the cool thing about these lightsabers is like the blade pops out, and it's kind of cool because he's got his belt on the side, which has like a little hook. So the hook goes right into that little loop. Will go right into that little loop, and it'll hang right there on his side. But let's take that off while we take a closer look at the figure. So let's take a closer look at that head sculpt. Once again, I think that they did a fantastic job. I really like the way the hair looks so natural. I know it's based on a cartoon character, but I think it looks really, really good. I do like the way that they're doing these shirts, the shirt collars, how they come up, but they're leaving that space in the neck. This is giving him the ability to look down a little bit and look up, right? He can turn side to side, and this figure right here has that little bit of a head tilt, which is kind of nice. So he's got this loose vest on. It like opens up. You could take that whole thing off if you wanted to, but then he would have these little sleeve pieces on his shirt and it just wouldn't look right. So to keep him intact, this is what he kind of looks like. There's his belt. It's a nice pliable plastic that's got a nice leather look to it, and it's not permanently attached to the legs like some of the figures had them molded into the leg. So it's kind of nice. So he's going to be able to like move his joints around. But I don't want to take that belt off, but I think it's just kind of interesting that with the belt on, it really hinders that leg movement. So, well, we'll see how that works for posing. I think it should be fine. He's got this nice shin guard piece down here, and he's got the knee pad here. If you look at this figure, he does have the double jointed knee, which gives him a lot of range of motion in the knee. He's got more than 90 degrees in the arm, which is super nice. And he's got, you know, basically about, can go flat on the arms going back. So the shoulders here tuck in, so it's kind of nice. It goes inside the vest. Now that I pop that open, it's going to want to just fall off all the time. Alrighty, let's click that back in. There you go, there's Ezra. Let's gear him up and put that helmet on, see how well it fits. So that helmet actually fit a little bit better than Sabine's helmet did, and I think with that helmet it looks really cool. I mean, especially like you give him like a little bit of a head tilt. What's going on there? Yeah, so this is actually a really good figure. Let's get the blade and the hilt back in his hand, and then, okay, so it took a long time, but I finally got Ezra in a pose that I was kind of happy with, like showing here at the very end. I got some of the other Ghost Crew mixed in the background, and it did take me a while to get him into this pose. It has something to do with the legs. They don't move around as much as you'd want them to be. He was a little bit unsteady and kept tipping over. I hope that's not the case when I finally get him onto the shelf. Otherwise, he's going to end up with like a little stand on his foot just to give him a little bit more balance. But otherwise, I think it looks like a fantastic figure. It's going to be a great addition to the team here. So thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.